regulations formulated by Bureau of Indian Standards. Bureau of Indian Standards follows some principle for deciding the rules and regulation. First is safety. Second one is ease of use and adaptability. Third one is simple technology. Fourth one is value for money products. Fifth one is energy efficiency and environment. So firstly, I will talk on IS code of practice for library lighting. Then these are some contents that we are going to see in this presentation. So let's start our presentation. Introduction. This standard covers the principle and practice governing lighting of both public and institutional libraries. Reading is the most important task in libraries. Proper lighting is crucial to overall success of library. This Indian standard was adopted by the Indian Standards Institution on 5th August 1966. Next is the scope for library lighting. This standard covers the principle and practices governing good lighting of both public and institutional libraries. It recommends the level of illumination to be achieved by general principle of lighting. This will be the scope for library lighting. Then next is terminology. There are some terms that shall apply for library lighting. First one is luminous flux. It is the light given by a source. The luminous flux is the measure of brightness of light source in terms of energy being emitted. It is measured in lumen. Luminous flux is also known as luminous power. Second is lumen. Lumen is the unit of luminous flux. It is the luminous flux emitted within unit solid angle by a point source. The lumen is a unit of measurement of brightness of light. If a light bulb is if a light bulb is very bright, it produces a lot of lumen. Third is illumination. Illumination is the density of luminous flux incident upon a surface. Illumination is the energy of light striking a surface of specific unit area per unit time. And the unit of illumination is lumen per meter square, and it is also called the lux. Candela. Candela is the SI unit of luminous intensity. The candela is used to measure the visual intensity of light source, light bulbs or bulbs in torches. It is the only SI base unit based on the human perception. Next is glare, a condition of vision in which there is a reduction in ability to see significant object. It reduces the visibility of an object. This is the common fault of lighting installation. Glare is caused by light that is too bright, making it harder to see. Then there are functional activities. There are mainly two activities which take place in libraries. First one is user activities and second one is operative activities. In user activities, there are catalog reference, book selection reference, and research reading. And operative activities, there are cataloging, issuing and general control, book stocking, repair, and rebinding. There are some environmental factors that we'll consider. First one is planning the brightness pattern. Brightness pattern composed of the task, then the immediate background to the task, and the general surrounding of walls, ceilings, floor, equipments, and furnishing. Then second is room finishes. It is the ability to keep maximum brightness upon the reflectance value of room fitting. In addition to creating comfortable brightness ratio, light gray or white colored surface in the utilization of light. Third one is reading table and desktops. In order to keep brightness ratio between reading table and the desktop, the printed page below, the reflectance value should be higher. It is also recommended that reading table and desktop should have as little glossy as possible. Fourth one is glare. The question of glare is not only connected with that the brightness and contrast, but arises when successively bright source of light come within the field of view. In effect, a glare source increases and observer adoption level with the resultant reduction in his contrast sensitivity and visual efficiency. And the glare can be avoided by a proper layout of lighting equipment. And second is arrangement of furniture and fitting. There are two types of lighting scheme are used in reading room. First one is direct lighting and second is indirect lighting. In that, first is direct lighting. Direct lighting uses downlights to illuminate the reading tables. The downlights can be as small as 6-inch diameter fixture with compact fluorescent and metal-headed lamps and parabolic cones. The parabolic cones should be made of aluminum and they should have semicircular finish to reduce visibility of dirt and fingerprints. And it is result in shadow and glare. Second is indirect lighting. Indirect lighting uses fluorescent and metal-headed lamps to uplight and light color ceiling. It gives reflected light useful to reading. It is very soft, shadow-free, and low glare. Indirect lighting works well for the both paper-based and computer tasks in rooms where the ceiling height is where the ceiling height is at least 9 feet 6 inches and preferably more than 10 feet. Maintenance of lighting installation. These are some points related to the maintenance. First is aim of good lighting will nullify. Second is purpose of lighting will be nullified. Third one is cost of will increase and appearance of building will deteriorate. Thank you. So next part of IS code will be presented by my friend Ankita.
Good afternoon all. I am Ankita Jadhav from TYA. Today I deliver a seminar on the topic of Indian Standard IS 3646-1966 Code of Practice for Interior Illumination Principles for Good Lighting and Aspects of Design. First is introduction. This Indian standard was adopted by the Indian Standards Institution on 15 July 1966 after the draft finalized by the Illuminating Engineering and Lift Sectional Committee had been approved by the Electrotechnical Division Council. Point to a series of standards on interior illumination is being drawn up and this is the second in the series. This part covers schedule for illumination values and limiting values.
Ankita, am I audible? Yes, Ankita. Just share your screen. Yes. I think you have not shared the screen. Ankita, got my point? Screen is not visible. Now.
Yes, sir. Now visible?
No, not yet.
Now?
Still not.
Now visible?
Yes, now it is visible. You start from beginning.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon all. I am Ankita Jadhav from TYA. Today I deliver a seminar on the topic of Indian Standards IS 3646-1966 Code of Practice for Interior Illumination Principles for Good Lighting and Aspects of Design. First is introduction. This Indian standard was adopted by the Indian Standards Institution on 15 July 1966 After the draft finalized by the Illuminating Engineering and Lift Sectional Committee had been approved by the Electrotechnical Division Council, point to a series of standards on interior illumination is being drawn up, and this is the second in the series. This part covers schedule for illumination values and limiting values of glare index. For the purpose of deciding whether a particular requirement of this standard is compiled with the final value, observed or calculated expressing the result of a test shall be rounded off in accordance with IS 2 1960. Then next is scope. This code covers the principles and practice governing good lighting in buildings and relates chiefly to the lighting of working areas in industrial, commercial, and public buildings like hospitals and schools. Then next, definitions. First is adaptation. The process by which the properties of the organ of vision are modified according to the luminance or the color stimuli presented to it. The term is also used actually qualified to denote the final state of this process. For example, dark adaptation denotes the state of the visual system when it has become adapted to a very low luminance. Then next is candela. It is denoted by CD. It is the SI unit of the luminous intensity equal to 1 lumen per steradian. Then next is color rendering, a general expression for the appearance of surface colors when illuminated by light from a given source compared consciously or unconsciously with their appearance under light from some replaces source. Good color rendering implies similarity of appearance to that under an acceptable light source such as daylight. Then next is color rendering index. It is denoted by CRI, a measure of the degree to which the colors of surfaces illuminated by a given light source conform to those of the same surfaces under a reference illuminant suitable allowance having been made for the state of chromatic adaptation. Then next is color temperature. Color temperature is denoted by K, the temperature of the black body that emits radiation of the same chromativity as the radiation considered. Then next is contrast, a term that is used subjectively and objectively. Subjectively, it describes the differences in appearance of two parts of a visual field seen simultaneously. The difference may be one of the brightness or color or both. Contrast is equal to LO minus LB upon LB, where LB is the background luminance and LO is the in the dark luminance. Then next is contrast rendering factor, CRF, the ratio of contrast of a task under given lighting installation to its contrast under reference lighting conditions. Then next is contrast sensitivity, the reciprocal of the minimum perceptible contrast. Then terms related to lighting. First is diffuse reflection. Diffusion by reflection in which on the microscopic scale there is no reflection. Then next is diffuse lighting. Lighting in which the light on the working plane on an object is not incident predominantly from any particular direction. Then next is direct lighting. Lighting by means of luminaries with a light distribution such that 90 to 100% of emitted luminance flux reaches the working plane directly, assuming that this plane is unbounded. Then next is directional lighting. Lighting in which the light on the working plane or on an object is incident predominantly from a particular direction. Then next is disability glare. Glare which impairs the vision of objects without necessarily causing discomfort. Then next is discomfort glare. Glare which causes discomfort without necessarily impairing the vision of objects. Then next is emergency lighting. Lighting intended to allow the public to find the exit from a building with ease and certainly in the case of failure of the normal lighting system. Flicker, impression of fluctuating luminance or color. General lighting, lighting designed to illuminate the whole of an area uniformly without provision for special local requirements. And last is glare, condition of vision in which there is discomfort or a reduction in the ability to see significant objects or both due to an unsuitable distribution or range of luminance or to extreme contrast in space or time. There are three types of general requirements: lighting engineering criteria, visual tasks, and economic effect. First is lighting engineering criteria.
Lighting requirements are based on following lighting engineering criteria: lighting level, luminance distribution, glare restriction, direction of incidence of light and shadow effect, and color appearance and color rendering. A lighting installation can satisfy the requirements laid down only if all the quality criteria are compiled with one or other quality criteria may be given priority. Then second is visual tasks. The size of the critical details of tasks, their contrast with the background, the speed at which these details have to precede the desired reliability of recognition, the duration of the visual work. The quality requirements of lighting increase with the difficulty of visual tasks. Third is economic effect. The selection of nominal illuminance for particular activities has to take into account economic aspects too. Although a higher level of lighting involves greater overall cost, this may be more than outweighed by increased productivity and lower accident rate. A compromise has often to be made between desirable illuminance levels and those which are possible due to the economic climate prevailing. Then next is functions of lighting. The lighting of an interior should fulfill when looking in a given direction. It should be first ensure the safety of people in the interior, second facilitate performance of visual tasks, and third aid the creation of appropriate visual environment. Safety is always important, but the emphasis given to task performance and the appearance of the interior will depend on the nature of the interior. For example, a lighting considered suitable for a factory room will place more emphasis on lighting the task than on the appearance of the room. But in case of hotel and lodge, priority will be reversed. Lighting affects safety, task performance, and the visual environment by changing the extent to and the manner in which different elements of the interior are revealed. Safety is ensured by making any hazardous visible. Then next is lighting system. First is general lighting. General lighting produced by a regular array of luminaries with or without an indirect component result in a specific horizontal illuminate with a certain uniformity. In some distribution are preferred so that the light comes predominantly from one direction. Second is localized general lighting. As an alternative to arrangements of uniformly spaced luminaries, advantages in cost and energy saving can sometimes be realized by relating the light to the working zones. And last is local lighting. This can be provided by additional luminaries placed at a small distance from the visual task, which illuminate only a limited area. In industrial cases, this is often referred to as supplementary lighting. And the last is accepts of maintenance. There are three types of accepts of maintenance: deterioration of luminaries, deterioration of room surfaces, and maintenance schedule. First, deterioration of luminaries. Even with proper cleaning, there will be a gradual decrease in the output of luminaries. This is due to the deterioration of reflecting surfaces and transmitting materials. Second is deterioration of room surfaces. Despite regular cleaning, there will still be gradual decrease in reflectance of most surfaces of rooms in common use. With painted surfaces, there should be repainting schedule allowed for at the planning stage. And the last is maintenance schedule. In a large installation, it may be preferable to replace all the lamps at an agreed time rather than separately as they fail. Individual replacement is usually expensive, can be busy areas of building, and may result in noticeable differences in lamp color and luminance. Conclusion, from this Indian Standard 3646 1966, we studied Code of Practice for Interior Illumination Principles for Good Lighting and Aspects of Design. It enables the government to include products under mandatory certification on grounds of health, safety, environment, national security, and prevention of deceptive practices. It enables the government to bring hallmarking of precious metal articles under mandatory certification. Thank you. Thank you for patiently listening to our presentation and to given your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Yeah, any questions regarding these two standards? Ankita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where these two standards are utilized. Can you just briefly summarize where these, whether we are practicing these standards in our institute?
Yes, sir. This first standard explained by Srushti is used in library, and second standard explained by me is used in commercial as well as industrial.
Yes. So Srushti,
Yes, sir.
yeah, what are the key aspect you have explained regarding the library lighting, the key points, highlighted points, so that the people should remember that what are the main points from your standards?
Yes, sir.
How one can ensure that the library lighting is as per the standards?
Yes, sir. There are some terms that we are used for library lighting. Some definition will apply for library lighting. These are luminous flux, lumen, illumination, candela, and glare. These are some, and there are environmental factors that we'll consider. First is planning the brightness pattern. Second is room finishes. Third one is reading table and desktops, and fourth one is glare.
Yeah, apart from the terminologies, any specific, what we can say, general guideline they have mentioned, any formula they have mentioned, how we can ensure that it is proper one or not?
The lighting schemes are used in reading room, direct lighting and indirect lighting. For desktops and tables, indirect lighting is preferable.
Okay. Yeah, any questions from participant, you can raise your difficulties, your queries. Even student participant can ask the question. Apart from the guest, student can also ask the difficulties. Have you understood both the standards? One standard they have explained related with library lighting, and another one is commercial sector, right? Means how the lighting can be done for commercial sectors. So, have you understood both the standards? If you are not, you can raise the difficulty so that we have time to discuss. Atre sir, are you there? Suraj sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, if you have any question, please ask.
Okay, basically these two presentations are very good prepared. One basic questions to both the candidates is why we follow these standards.
Yes, Srushti and Ankita.
Yes, sir.
Why we follow these standards?
To provide safety.
Only safety is concerned?
No, safety, simple technology, ease of use and adaptability, value for money products, energy efficiency and environment.
Okay, fine. In general, why we set these standards and why we call these as the Indian standards?
Yes, Ankita.
Because sir, this Indian standard was adopted by Indian Standard Institution on 5th.
Yes, you can continue, Srushti.
Because of these certain rules and regulation formulated by Bureau of Indian Standards.
Now again you come to that definition. I'm not asking about the definition. My question is related to why we set not only these standards, any Indian standards. Why we set the standards?
Why it is required to set the standards? The cause of setting the standards, sir is asking. Srushti and Ankita. Your team member can also answer the same question. Your team members can also answer the same question. It is not limited to you, both of you. Your team members can also answer.
This Indian standard enables the government to include products under mandatory certification on grounds of health, safety, environment, national security, and prevention of deceptive practice.
Yeah.
Can you explain with giving me some example? If standards are not there.
Yeah, you take any product to explain that. How the standards are followed.
Hello, sir. May I continue with this
Yes,
question?
you can. Yes, you can continue.
As for last session, we have seen on standards, in which we have seen that for electricity board, distribution board, there should be only 10 points, and these are as per standard. That is the limit for the points should be 10, and if we exceed that limit, there may be a possibility of short circuit and major fault, and which may cause serious problem. So the government has, after all study and all possibilities, has issued that it should be 10, and if you follow the standards, then we can get maximum efficiency, and also safety is also done. Thanks, sir.
This number is depends on the only number or certain benchmark for load condition.
For lighting load, it should be 10, so that
No. Suppose in my lighting condition also, if I connect 10 100-watt lamps, and if you consider one lamp as a 1 point.
power rating is also specified for the each board.
See, not only numbers, along with that, the power rating is
uh,
essential.
1000 watt is also specified it for it. That means the standards are for the to maintain system healthy and in proper so then we can get efficient operation and also safety. Otherwise, when we have to design the system, we have to we will have to calculate all those things, and then we have to come to the final calculation.
Still, my question is not answered.
Yeah. Srushti. Sir is still not satisfied with the answer. Any product you can consider where the standards are followed. Electrical standards we are talking about. You can give an example. Taufik Patel. Yes, Srushti. How many members are there in your team?
4, sir.
4. Where they are? Can you tell their names so that we will discuss?
Ankita Jadhav, Manohar Kumbar, Tofik Patel, and me, Srushti Patel.
Okay, so Taufik is there. Taufik Patel, are you there? Taufik. Manohar, still the answer is not given satisfactorily. You just revisit it. Manohar. Any product, number of products we can see in daily life. You can give an example of any product where the standards are followed. Okay. Suraj sir, I think they require still more. Yeah, Manohar.
For sir, every electrical installation devices and for appliances, standards is followed. That means every apparatus should be ISI marked. That is, its quality is depend on the ISI mark. If it satisfy the certain specific limits, then it should be certified, and we have to use only ISI marked equipment. So in every installation, ISI marked is followed. Standards are followed.
No, my dear friends, you are not getting my question. My question is why we need to follow the standards.
If it does not follow the standard. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will give you an example. We have various bulb manufacturing companies. Okay. And if you ask in any part of country, for example, you want to purchase a 100-watt lamp. So if you go to the JNK and if you go to the Kanyakumari and if you collect to purchase a lamp, it is fit to everywhere. Why it is fit to everywhere? Because in Indian standard, we have assumed that for residential system, the 230 volts is standard. Are you getting my point? So irrespective of location, if we go with the standard and we follow the standards, then no need to go everywhere and say, I'm going to use this bulb in Maharashtra, I'm going to use this bulb in JNK. No. If we see it is designed for residential system, then it has to follow across the country. And it is only because of the standards. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's why the standards are there. If we not follow, then everyone will assume its own standards and will find very much difficulty. So any home appliances, if you purchase in any part of the country, it will suit to our system design. Because across the country, we follow the single phase system 230 volt 50 hertz. That's all.
Accuracy point of view, sir.
Yeah.
Standards are necessary to maintain the accuracy of an animal.
Okay, fine.
Yes, what you mean to say, Chaitrali? Yes, Patil, what you mean to say? Can you just brief?
Sir, as sir gives the example that 230 volt is standard, then we have suppose we have to solve one example related to that voltage. So we maintain the voltage as a standard voltage. Then our answer is accurate, means matching to book's answer or that machine's rating.
If you are not comfortable to speak in English, you can speak in Hindi or Marathi, but you just try to tell what you want exactly, what you mean to say.
सर एखादं डीसी मशीन रिलेटेड जर आपल्याला न्यूमेरिकल वगैरे सोडवायचं असेल आणि त्याच्यामध्ये सरांनी सांगितल्याप्रमाणे एक स्टँडर्ड व्होल्टेज आपण 230 व्होल्ट जर कन्सिडर केलं तर म्हणजे मशीन रेटिंग मध्ये जी ऑब्झर्व व्हॅल्यू असते ती आपली कॅल्क्युलेशन ॲक्युरेट व्हॅल्यू येईल असं माझं मत. म्हणजे ते दोन्ही मॅच होतील.
Okay. Yeah, proceed to next question. Atre sir, are you there? Atre sir. Atre sir. Thora sir, any other question?
No, it's fine.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That all products should be important point. Their performance and rating is being defined in all standard for the particular product, and that is ensured. And that is the customer's requirement, and customer will get the satisfactory performance. That is the point for selected for as per the IS we can say.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
That is the, when we say 5 HP, under rated condition of the supply voltage and required temperature rise, specified temperature rise is guaranteed by that particular product, and we use the satisfactory performance, and customer will get the desired output from that. That is for all the products like that.
Yes.
So performance is ensured along with the physical arrangements so that it can be used anywhere in our country as per the available system conditions, any standard system conditions.
Yes, sir.
That is the basic point. The performance is performance as per the requirement which are defined in the particular IS standard number, we can say, for the particular product is ensured. That is the responsibility of the manufacturer, and the customer will get according to that. So you need not worry whether I am purchasing 5 HP motor and whether I am going to get the 5 HP output or not. Even the like illumination is as per the corresponding set level.
Yes.
So many lumens output for what? That is luminous efficiency of the lamp and all those things. So these are the corresponding things which are definitely associated product ensured when we say the particular standard is being followed by that manufacturer. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got it.
These are the general things. Every product will have some certain performance requirement under the specified condition. Those are defined in the standard. So manufacturer has a responsibility, or we can say he has to follow those things, and he has to ensure that corresponding things are satisfied.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Any question regarding the standard which the students have explained?
That they have nicely explained. Only thing, say when you say illumination for the particular purpose, is there any information regarding what should be the actual value required for the particular?
Yes, exactly. That's what the formula, any formula or any tabular structure is given. What guidelines should be followed area wise, or what we can say, what particular thing we are doing in that room. So accordingly, what should be the illumination to be followed?
See, that is the important thing. Whenever we design the illumination scheme for the particular purpose, maybe for reading purpose, maybe for say statue illumination, and so many things. Building illumination, building flood lighting. So these are all different requirements. So accordingly, there will be some particular level required, and those levels are while designing to be considered. And from that, you can decide what should be the illumination power rating.
Yes, sir.
The luminous efficiency of the lamp, so many lumens per watt, how many lumens are required to be produced by the lamp, and therefore we can decide what should be the power rating of the lamp. That will ensure on the working plane the required luminous intensity for the particular purpose.
Yes. And for that, I'll just give one note for students. There is one handbook available in our library, written by Sony. Author name is Sony. It is very good book where all the guidelines are given, how to do the what we can say lighting of any building. All these necessary things are given, so you can refer it. And the last question from my side to the students, Manohar and your team. Manohar, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one question to you, your team. Which particular instrument we are using to check the illuminance? How are you going to check it?
Lux meter is used, sir.
Yeah. So whether we have lux meter in our department, have you ensured? Yes. Because the task was given before 1 month. So have you, while going through the standards, have you ensured that device is available there or not. Because next task immediately when the college get resume, when college again get offline, I will ask you to do the energy audit, lighting audit, especially for library building for you and your team. Manohar.
Yes, sir. Still now we have not seen it, but we will see after the college again starts.
Yes, we definitely have. You just use it, and the task definitely will coordinate, and we will complete and ensure that our library lighting is as per the Indian standards or not. We will ensure it.
Yes, sir.
So whether you and your team will be ready for that?
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, any question from participant? Prathamesh Patil, Prathamesh Ghorpade.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any question from your side?
No,
To
most
your
of the
mates?
most of the questions are answered, and we get a good idea about the Indian standards.
Okay. Okay. So I think with prior permission of chair, we can wind up the session. Yeah, Srushti. Yeah, you just conclude today's session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the quiz. Yeah, just wait. The quiz link will be shared in the chat box.
Yes,
And it
sir.
is shared. In fact, it is shared by Prathamesh Patil in the chat box. All the participants are requested to click on that link and solve that quiz. Yes, Srushti, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for your precious time and overwhelming response. And I would like to thank Bhagwan sir for giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah,
This session is over
I
now.
would like to thank Professor Thorat sir and Professor Atre sir for their kind presence for our today's session. And they are always with us and encouraging the students by asking some good question, technical queries, so that student will realize in their future how these particular thing to be made in a practice in future. Okay, so thank you very much to each and everyone. Thank you. Thorat sir, can I close the meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.